What's up, y'all?
I'm Asia.
I'm Zach.
And this is the A to Z podcast,
where we talk about everything between A to Z.
Indeed. Today's letter is
D. D.
D.
That's what we're gonna do.
Letter D.
Oh, put the stuff on there.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
As well.
Yeah, put the little no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
Listen,
she's technically challenged.
This is special for everything.
Yay!
There
we go.
Cheers, applause.
Cheers. Applause.
All right.
Check in.
Check in.
What's up?
How you been?
No, I asked you first. Okay. I said, what's up?
I've been good. I am so grateful that it feels like fall, finally. I'm wearing a flannel for a reason. Trying to maintain this overcast, rainy vibe. I'm all for it. The summer has been very hot.
Yes.
Very, very hot.
Yes.
And I'm glad it's over.
I agree. I, however, am just wearing my white tee.
Yep.
Because I be hot all the time.
Yep.
All the time. And yeah, I'm just like, yo, it feels good outside. I'm trying to get some chaporado. I'm trying to get some.
Oh yeah, come on by.
You know what I'm saying? Some little tambien. You know what I'm saying? Some little this, little bit of that. Tamales though. Tamales.
Heck yeah.
Like, do you like the? I was just about to ask you. Do you like
pineapple and stuff?
No, I like the savory ones. I like the cheese. And I like the pork ones, spicy pork.
Yes, I like all the flavors.
Yep.
The fruit filled ones and the the savory.
If you in SoCal, you definitely getting. If you're in California, really, you definitely getting some tamales during winter. So yeah,
fall vibes.
Yep, I've been good though overall.
That's good.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it, guys. We done checked in. Let's get into it.
Check in.
So,
what's up? Oh,
you got something for me?
I got a little something.
Okay.
All right, now this gonna surprise you a little because it surprised me.
Are you about to put me on?
I'm about to today years old you.
Okay.
So, I was today years old when I learned that 7 Dwarves.
Yeah.
And who's it? Snow White, 7 Dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So
D for dwarves.
D for dwarves.
Okay.
D. Yeah. So that was based off of the real life child exploitation. Yeah, bro. It's like, okay, so it is related to the historical practice of employing children in mines, especially those with low ceilings that were unsuitable for adult workers. Bruh, I got bored. The arduous physical labor and exposure to chemicals in these mines caused malnutrition and severely stunted the children's growth, making them appear like miniature aging adults. So them some 7-year-olds that look like 70-year-olds. And then, last but not least, it's believed that the story of the Snow White was likely inspired by the life of Baroness Maria Sophia von Erthal, who lived in the 18th century. Her father's copper mines and the prevalent child labor in the region are thought to have influenced the portrayal of the 7 Dwarfs.
That is terrible. That's terrible. Hey, Disney's not beating allegations.
Oh my gosh, bro!
That comes out every year about a Disney thing. Did you know the origin? It's the darkest thing you've ever heard. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Some children. My thing is this. At what point did this become like a fairy tale?
Yeah.
Like, gotta be like some history cleansing type stuff to be like, oh, all right, listen, we had children that were, you know what I'm saying, essentially slaves dying in the mines. So
let's spin it.
We're gonna spin that. We go everywhere watch that to them, and we gonna.
It's your flipping
different. And we gonna call it a dwarf. They're really just short people. And those babies are like, please, and they're like, you're just a
short person. What's the Natalia Grace? They Natalia
Grace? They Natalia Grace. They say you're in a hoarder. Shouts out to N.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dark as heck. We're
Yeah.
starting off strong.
Yeah,
Wow.
100%. 100%.
I have something a little bit lighter than that.
It's colorism.
My today years old is about dolphins.
Dolphins, oh, so sweet.
Can
So
you do any
sweet.
dolphin noises?
That's like the one that's like calling the homie on the corner, like, but it's like a fin, so it's just like they ain't got no neck neither, so the whole body go up. They be like swimming.
Ooh. Oh man, it's funny as you say that because there's a common belief and understanding that dolphins have names, that they have their own individual names, that they have specific whistles and noises that they make, depending on who's talking. Okay, so did you know dolphins actually have names? Each one.
How they find this out?
Believe it, okay? I know
It said it was just like, all right, let's just test this. Charles, Tyrone. And he said, that's crazy.
Each one develops a unique whistle that identifies them, and the others in their pod recognize it. So they have a special ee. They got a special sound. It's crazy how you knew that. It's basically like calling, like, "Hey, Steve," underwater.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Also, dolphins can't sleep the way we do, or they'll drown. So instead, they have half of their brain is sleeping, while the other half is alert, and it keeps it like awake so it can breathe and keep an eye open for predators.
That's crazy. So they have
like sleep with one eye open. They got one brain, but half of it's got to be like on its pivot.
That's sick. So they can literally like apply one brain at one. Oh my god, that's sick.
They're incredibly intelligent. They're incredibly intelligent.
Oh my gosh. Do you think that like the dolphins got like ghetto areas and ghetto names?
I think there's hoods in the water.
There's like affluent areas, and they'd be like, "Oh, hey, Robert, how you doing?"
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, someone from the other side of the Pacific comes by, and it's just like, "Oh, there goes Demetrius." He goes, "Oh."
With an accent,
you know, It's very nice. He be throwing up.
Now, what are you perpetuating harmful stereotypes to other species?
I'm saying what it is. Look, they use both brains.
It's one brain, but they got two sides. We also have two sides. Left, right.
We use both at the same time.
Your chair is noisy. Okay. That's my fun fact. There's other facts, but yeah, like we all know that they're very intelligent beings, but I thought that was pretty cool about them sleeping.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
That's not real rest to me, if you ask me.
That's why.
Imagine half of our brain having to be like, what was that?
Yeah. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
More you know.
My today years old.
All right. I like it.
Speaking of ocean, what's our topic of the day?
Well, one of them is, what was it? The deep sea.
The deep sea.
Yeah.
Doing something special today.
Ooh.
Where we are watching a video.
It's just chilling a step above hell in the abyss. This first, you've probably heard me say that I'd rather eat 10 pounds of Popeye's biscuits with no drink than.
All right.
No backstory.
All right. So what's the backstory? I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
Okay, complete transparency. I've seen this video before, but I thought it was incredibly interesting. So
this is a terrible place to stop.
I'm so sorry, young man. So the title of this video is "The Unspeakable Horrors of the Deep Sea."
Okay.
And when he talks about unspeakable, my goodness, there's some things down there that was like, what was God thinking? But it's some stuff down there. So if you weren't afraid of the ocean before, you will be today.
Okay. All
right.
Let's see. Just a little bit. There you go.
The ocean. Well, I'd rather ride cross-country on a bike with a hot grill for a seat than spend half a second in the deep sea. There's a lot of living nightmares and problems.
Well, can I just say this? There are 0 black people this deep in the sea.
I haven't seen any.
And Lord knows if we get stuck, ain't no getting us back.
That's crazy.
That's all I want to say.
Else's demons come to life if you sink deep enough.
What is that? What is that?
Eyes? See, we're already starting off.
That's a demon.
16 seconds into the video. I did not see that. Go ahead, play it.
Megalodon is not one of them. You'll often hear this thing about how the prehistoric apex predator never got discontinued. It's just chilling a step above hell in the abyss. This is cap. For actually 3 good reasons. 1, there just isn't enough food to sustain a 60-foot you to the natural order. 2, if nature did keep the same jumbo jaws that peaked in the Pliocene, we at least would have seen a body by now. And number 3, why do y'all want this to be alive so bad? I promise you there's way worse things down there. Like, I would evacuate my bowels if I ever saw a giga great white shark.
Yeah.
Don't put me in front of a T-posing squid and I'm shooting more bricks than the entire city of Newark. The big fin squid is easily one of the most disturbing things alive as I'm saying this. Ooh. It's a T-posing predator with arms estimated to max out at just under 3 feet. Scientists believe the big fin catches bodies by dragging those arms, which can be easily 20 times its own body length, along the ocean floor like trawling nets and feeding on whatever poor soul
that's a demon
accidentally bumps into them.
Okay, listen. What happened was...
Hey, can you break this down
listen,
for me?
We can get it right before the night is up. Listen. We're working on the premium, okay, guys?
Listen.
That's crazy. Add immediately.
Hear me say believe or we think a lot, and that's because we don't know a whole lot about them. Almost every sighting and virtually every specimen studied were either juveniles or paralarvae. We have no way of knowing exactly what their final form is.
No. Why he flexing? Yo, why he looks nothing like the other one. I just said, all right, let's just imagine the skinny little legs and put it on Arnold Schwarzenegger's body.
Like, for all we know, this could be Junior, and we just haven't seen Mama Big Fin yet.
That's true.
Who would have thought that just putting elbows on a squid would instantly turn it into the spawn of Satan? Oh, and if you thought the Big Fin was just this slow, passive floating predator, then you're seriously underestimating the ocean's ability to master your mental health. And if you're curious, this video was taken about 7,000 feet down in the Gulf of Mexico.
He kind of looks stupid the way he moves. I ain't gonna lie. He's just...
It does look haphazard, but you might FAFO getting close.
But considering they're believed to be the deepest living squids at about 20,000 feet, I have a theory. This is a juvenile, and the big boys are the ones shacking it up down in the crotch of the ocean. But good news, the big fin probably only feeds on small fish and crustaceans. Bad news, there are squids big enough to beef with the biggest predators on the planet. And the biggest predator on the planet that isn't a disgraced former YouTuber is the sperm whale, which on its own would have to be one of the most traumatizing things to witness during their 2-hour hunting expeditions down in the deep sea.
Oh, no.
Well, the tankiest carnivore on Earth regularly runs fades with the giant squid. And by giant, we're talking about calamari growing to an estimated 40 feet long. Not only are they themselves predators that hunt using 20-foot tentacles, they're opportunistic cannibals that would 100% murk their entire family reunion for some calories. Now, nature high-key screwed up their character design. They have a donut-shaped brain and an esophagus running through it, meaning if they swallow something big enough, not only do they run the risk of choking to a flatline, they can also factory reset their entire personality through severe brain damage.
They did him dirty. That's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. What is this? The beak?
Of a squid.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Beaks.
Which is why they mitigate this by shredding their victims with a razor-sharp beak and what is essentially a tongue with teeth tarantula. That beak is such a weapon that you'll rarely see a sperm whale that hasn't been tattooed during a struggle with a giant squid. And while the plus-size cephalopod usually loses in a war with the whale, they do not make it easy. Okay. But the most disturbing thing about them is that eye.
Hey, that look good that color look good. Slap some butter on it.
Actually, it might taste really good.
This one look kind of cute.
You guys like calamari out there?
I'll mess up a whole plate.
I like fried calamari. It's actually really good to me.
Have the most physically imposing eye in nature, with it being roughly the size of a soccer ball. Contrary to popular belief, huge eyes don't exactly help it see further, but it does mean they're terrifyingly good at noticing objects giving off their own light, which is a lifesaver since when their biggest optosperm whale is on the hunt, modern-day Leviathan disturbs glowing creatures like jellyfish and crustaceans who flash in response. Having eyes as big as our heads means the giant squid can detect and use those flashes to avoid becoming a corpse. But that also means that if you ever go swimming in the Giga Squid's area code, the flashes you'd create mean that while you might not see it, the same animal...
Wait, area code? They got gang territory?
I'm sure they're territorial. Being that big, you gotta
how you territory? How you territorial? How you get the territory of the ocean?
There's regions and parts where you gotta be like, hey,
everything moving all the time. It's always moving. Like, what?
You know your neighborhood, though.
Yes, all right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Nemo. Okay, how else did Nemo get lost? He went away from his home.
His home.
So there was a spot. Big. Exactly, there was a spot. There was he was out of his area code.
All right. Okay.
You feel me? He had to go get found.
I'm just trying to not be in the area code when this happens.
That does its own kind dirty would know exactly where
Just
you
look
are.
good, though.
And honestly, there's only one thing that could be worse than getting stalked by a school bus-sized headfoot. There's another squid with hunting tactics so spiritually upsetting, I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm going to go ahead and use a lifeline.
That one look like he has a do-rag on it. I ain't gonna lie.
The Humboldt squid, also known as the red devil. I'm Lindsay, by the way. Hi. Humboldt squid are found in the eastern Pacific Ocean, typically between 600 to 2,300 feet below the surface of the ocean. And their nickname comes from the way they use their pigment cells called chromatophores to communicate. You're probably familiar with chromatophores through videos of different cephalopods using them to change colors, blending into their surroundings, and even dreaming. And Humboldt squid notably use them to turn bright red when they're aggravated, hence the nickname Red Devil. It's very on brand. They're also extremely predatory and have been known to act aggressively towards scuba divers on rare occasion, which becomes a bit more terrifying when I tell you that they can get to 8 feet long and 100 pounds. Now you might be thinking, Lindsay, that is not that big. What about the giant squid and the colossal squid that can both get to like 40 feet long? Well, I haven't told you the best part yet. The Humboldt squid is known to live and hunt in groups of up to 10, no, up to 100, no, 1,000? Yes, in groups of over 1,000. 1,000.
So if you run into a red devil, you getting jumped.
Actually, you're immediately outnumbered.
It's on blood.
It's gang territory. That is gang behavior.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, that's about 990 too many if you ask me. While hunting in these groups, they use their chromatophores to communicate with each other, coordinating movements and attacks, allowing them to take down larger prey, dragging them into the depths until they go unconscious. Scientists have identified some of these communication patterns, as you can see in this little chart, but still don't know exactly what any of them mean. But regardless, that sounds like one of the worst ways to be unalived in the ocean. Oh wait, this isn't a TikTok collaboration. That sounds like one of the worst ways to die in the ocean.
So as you can see, whether it's being confronted by a Humboldt block party or squaring up with a live-action kraken, there are many aspects of the deep sea that end up with you putting your therapist up a tax bracket. And a lot of that's because of this cute little thing known as deep sea gigantism. The idea that the cold temperature, the dissolved oxygen, and the lack of pressure from predators allow some animals to escalate to the biggest and most terrifying versions of themselves. Exhibit A, the Japanese spider crab, which can measure 12 feet across from claw to claw and weigh as much as a human toddler. The only thing worse than a giant spider crab is a giant crab spider. This is an Antarctic sea spider, a dinner plate-sized demon spawn that hunts by sucking the life out of its prey through its proboscis. Now technically, they're not actual spiders, but also I imagine most people watching technically don't give a especially since this one looks like it identifies as a face hugger. Then there's a giant isopod, which is essentially an aquatic cockroach big enough to be cradled like a baby. No clue why you would though. And if you're looking for a truly supersized animal crossing, the oarfish should be on your list. Is cool. The giant oarfish can grow to well over 30 feet long, and there have even been claims of those in the neighborhood of 50 feet. Proof that back in the day when we had stories about sea monsters, they weren't lying. They just didn't have all the names yet. Also, if you
they say like if an oarfish gets to like floats to the top in Japan or whatever, that it's like bad, like an omen for like something bad gonna happen, like a tsunami or something like that.
Oh no way! Yeah. So if it comes to the surface, since it's like a deep sea creature, if it comes to the surface, it's like a warning.
Yeah, but in reality, it's just like they go to the top to basically die.
Oh, interesting.
They're like, yep, about that time to go to the top, and they like let themselves die basically. Yeah. Oh.
About that pun earlier. We're friends now. But with deep sea gigantism and the endless expanse of ocean acting as a canvas for Shaitan to practice his art, if you dive deep enough, there be monsters. For example, this isn't an animal. It's a group of animals joined together in something like a hive mind. So we're not talking about it. We're talking about them. And siphonophores like this come in many forms, like the Portuguese man of war armed with venom to ensure that the excruciating experience of meeting one is permanently etched into your brain. And there's a Priodubia, a giant siphonophore that can flex a total length of up to 160 feet. And even though it's a collective group of tiny animals, its length could humble a blue whale, making it technically the longest creature on the planet, or at best a modest second, since the bootlace ribbon worm has been reported to reach 180 feet in length. And it's toxic because the ocean, and of course it is, with nasty smelling mucus potent enough to like deprive the crabs it likes to eat. Like I said, whether it's Lucifer's tapeworm or a flying spaghetti creature, there be monsters. And it gets so much worse than the giant worm, because as terrifying as the deep sea is, it's also nasty. And there might not be anything more repulsive than the hagfish. This
what's this one?
linguini feeds on the rotting corpses and carcasses that sink down into its domain. And since they don't have any actual teeth, the graveyard guppy feeds by sliding into an opening and eating the decomposing body from the inside out. And you would think that something that eats like a casket wouldn't have to worry about getting put on a plate itself. Again, you're giving the ocean too much credit. As self-defense, the hagfish will sweat buckets of slime, a phlegm jacket that's thick enough to clog the gills of anything hungry enough to and unlucky enough to find out. To the point where this is the end game of a truck transporting hagfish on the highway, crashing. Now, you've definitely seen this picture before, but have you ever stopped and asked yourself what they were doing there in the first place? You remember how I said nothing that eats like a hagfish should ever have to worry about getting eaten?
Slimy.
These hagfish, their final destination were dinner plates in Asian countries such as South Korea, where they're considered a delicacy. Now, I'm not one to judge other cultures, but we seem to have a habit of constantly trying to eat all the things nature went out of its way to tell us not to. But one thing you won't see as a main course is something ironically named after a fruit. The sea cucumber is like the...
Hold up, bro. Look, at some point, we gotta stop making everything a delicacy just because it's nasty.
You haven't tried it.
Just because it's nasty.
First of all.
No, I've tried snail. Actually, it wasn't that bad. But the thing is that it's like this, though. Listen. It's like, we call stuff a delicacy, meaning that it's like, oh, like, this is so good, blah, blah, blah. You know what it really is? Ain't nobody else eating it, and they was just like, I'm trying to sell something that no one wants. So I'm gonna call it a delicacy.
It might be a method.
That's what I'm saying.
But it looked good on that grill. Now you just have to skip the whole mucusy part. Like, we don't need to see all, because that looked like War of the Worlds, like alien.
That was like something that needs to be on, like, I don't know, the hub or something, bro. All bad.
Okay.
It was bad, bro. It's something that need to be. You got that thing got an OnlyFans, bro. That thing's disgusting.
Isn't that crazy? That's like a crazy defense mechanism. Something goes to bite it and it just expels mucus out of
I mean, W.
It like clogs up. It
yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that's pretty cool because I don't think it has fins. It's just like a face.
Yes. Yeah.
A long face.
Yeah. I wonder how they clean that off the road. All that goo. Like, who? Imagine
someone's probably like, it's a delicacy. Come eat this off the ground.
Oh my
god! You know what? Honestly, you probably just get your dog. Hey, come here.
That is done.
He call it, and it's just like.
How you do the dolphin? Nah, bro.
Hagfish, in that its meal prep consists of all the things we normally flush, burn,
cucumber. Okay,
all the soul evacuated bodies that sink down to the ocean floor instantly get put on the cucumber's grocery list. It's a literal bottom feeder, and I mean that since they'll also make a meal out of feces. But like with vultures, if Thanos had beef with sea cucumbers, the world would become an infinitely more disgusting
place. He kind of chilling.
That's not the only way sea cucumbers contribute to society. They're also often used as a protective bunker for fish, and
oh, this is crazy.
So been right there.
Oh, hey guys! Fruit is important. It's important to eat your fruit.
You gotta make sure it's right.
Well, let's just say they break in through the back door. Oh yeah, it's a violation of the highest natural law.
Wait, what?
It gets worse when a pearlfish decides to have a play date right next to its prostate.
Some fish go into sea cucumbers.
You get what I mean. And if that makes you uncomfortable, here's an ad to give you time to mentally prepare for what's next. Mouth. This adorable little guy is known as a basket star.
So
it's a type of brittle star and an echinoderm, which actually makes it a close cousin of the sea cucumber. If you ever learned about fractals in geometry, then that's why the repeating pattern of branching arms might look familiar. It's also why the U.S. is really wasting $20 billion a year looking into space, because the real ET is happening right now. Because of the unsightly way basket stars get from A to B, they've also earned the nickname sea snakes. I feel itchy all of a sudden. However, even though it looks like something Lucifer would use to pleasure himself, they eat mostly zooplankton and are pretty much harmless for the most part. And honestly, that pretty much describes 80% of the nonsense in the deep sea, only really harmful to your peace of mind. Like, take the frilled shark. Having been around for 80-something million years, not only is a frilled shark a living fossil, it's likely nature's rough draft beta version of sharks today. Also, don't let this video fool you. They can grow to a...
Hold up. That's nasty.
It's likely...
He like, hi, how you doing? What's your name, man? Let me holler at you.
Definitely a close talker.
Where you stay? he look happy as hell. Look. He got a gap right there. Look, he got a gap. He got a big old gap.
Nature's rough draft beta version of sharks today. Also, don't let this video fool you. They can grow to a respectable 6 feet long. Also, they can be pregnant for 3.5 years, which honestly makes about as much sense as everything else down there.
That's not.
And in terms of your mental health, the frilled shark is pretty harmless until you look them in the mouth. The devil's fleshlight has hundreds of needle-like teeth to ensure that anything that gets caught in there doesn't get a second chance to pursue happiness. And for a shark that's been around long enough to have attended Saturn's wedding, I don't know why, but every picture of them looks like they're struggling with their own existence. Like I said, though, they're not a threat to humans. But like I also said, therapy ain't cheap, so if you don't want to end up on a couch, don't look a frilled shark in the mouth. But yeah, you'd be surprised at just how many types of sharks you'll find in the same neighborhood SpongeBob got stranded in that one time. You have 20-foot sleeper sharks that are somehow able to use stealth to just spawn and inhale sustenance like a water Kirby. Speaking of sleepers, in 2015, a Pacific sleeper was recorded in the Solomons Island. Why is that important? Well, its home address was right under an active volcano, proving that if any animal had plot armor, it'd be sharks. Then you have the ghost shark, which, okay, yep, you got me. Isn't an actual shark. It's a close cousin known as a chimera. The ghost part, though, that's on brand. They kind of remind me of the dry bones fish from Marvel. Yeah. The ghost otter shark doesn't even have the teeth you'd expect it to have, but instead they have plates that they use to grind up food. But since nature's constantly overcompensating, chimeras do have venomous spines that are harmful to more than just their mental well-being. But by far the weirdest thing about them, chimeras have a tenaculum on their forehead. A tenaculum is a reproductive organ. Meaning this fish
freaked out.
Yeah, on his forehead. Venom and that aside, this fish fresh out of Tim Burton's Wet Dream is actually pretty cool looking. And I'm just going to say it. I think they're cute, and I'm perfectly fine with standing on the hill alone. However, I don't think you'll find a single soul on this next shark's hill.
Feast your eyes on the goblin shark, a demon dog-looking fish with a mouth that snaps like nobody's business. They're rarely seen, but are known to live in oceans all over the world at depths of up to 4,200 feet below the surface of the ocean, and are estimated to get to 18 feet long, which is really big for a deep-sea shark. You might have seen videos online of their jaws just ejecting from their brain case in a process called slingshot feeding. It's kind of what they're known for. Their upper and lower jaws plunge away from the skull, engulfing their prey. I know it probably seems ridiculous and almost alien, but it's actually not uncommon. Most fishes have jaws that aren't entirely attached. One might argue that the goblin shark is the most extreme example of this look, until you see a video of the sling jaw rats who use suction feeding to snatch up their prey. They look like they have a trombone stuck in their mouth. Goblin sharks have a particularly long snout, and it's not for nothing.
That's what he did.
I do not remember that. Can you go back real quick?
They have sensory structures. Wrasse who use suction feeding to snatch up their prey. They look like they have a trombone stuck in their mouth. Goblin sharks have a particularly long snout. It's not for nothing. They have sensory structures, pores all over it that help them locate their prey, like squid, fish, and crustaceans. And I am personally grateful I am not a squid, fish, or crustacean.
Yeah, goblin's the right word for the only shark in the world with a receding gum line. But you gotta admit, yeeting your own jaw to catch calories is pretty metal. And you're gonna find that a lot of the creatures rolling in it deep have evolved some of the most creative ways of bagging groceries. Probably the most popular is the fish that nearly turned Nemo into an orphan. The anglerfish has two defining personality traits, and one of them is that fishing lure hanging right in front of those life-canceling jaws. That light actually comes from bioluminescent bacteria shacking up inside a modified fin. So when a bite-sized light work swims up to the light thinking it just cops some easy protein, the angler ensures that some fish out there never sees his father again. The other thing anglerfish got clout for is their mating habits. I'm not going to get into it, just know that if your marriage looks anything like theirs, you're going to need both a divorce and a restraining order. And you know what? Intensive therapy on top of that, extra-freaking-viciously. Nemo's paralysis demon isn't the only deep-sea creature to weaponize light. This distinguished gentleman is known as a stoplight loosejaw, and its defining trait is that it uses a red light to hunt, which turns out to be a massive cheat code, since the longer the wavelength of a color, the less energy that wavelength has, and the faster it gets absorbed by water. And since the color red has the longest wavelength out of all of them, it's the first one to get absorbed. This is why red light can't reach the deep sea, and the animals living in the abyss that are red actually appear black, which makes it easier for them to hide from predatory smoke. But with a stoplight using red as a searchlight, it's pretty much cracked at this version of hide and seek. Not to mention, since most of the life down there can't even see red, it's able to catch bodies while also not giving up its location to predators or the prey.
That's crazy.
This fish really evolved a whole wall hack and a real-life invisibility cloak. Tell me that ain't crazy. And that freakish overbite ensures that once prey is found, it's lost forever. But why hunt prey when you could just sit and wait for it to come to you? That's the entire playbook for the deep sea lizardfish. Just look at that smile. You know he's on the ferry.
That reminds me.
And at over 2 feet long, they earned the title of being one of the premier apex predators of the deep sea. As a habitual camper, they lie waiting for life to pass them by before they lunge and use hypodermic needles for teeth to cancel it. And with apex standing for anyone providing smoke gets extinguished, lizardfish don't hesitate to turn their own kind into coffin fodder. And with the whole point of those teeth being to hold struggling, panicking prey in place, they make sure they don't live long enough to learn from their mistake. But as much of a therapy build as Gecko Guppy's mugshot might be, it might not even be the worst headshot in the ocean. Not as long as this is still a factor. I don't know anyone who would waste the oxygen trying to defend this.
I would. Many say this is a face
That's a
only a mother could love. Well, then maybe
gremlin.
he is my son. This is the deep sea telescope fish, one of the most stunning creatures of the deep tropical oceans. They're found at depths of about 1,600 to 6,600 feet below the surface of the ocean. I can't say that normally. Surface of the ocean. And like you'll see if you look up photos of them online, they are often photographed at unfortunate angles that don't do them any justice. They orient themselves upwards, hanging out vertically in the water column, as they use their specially adapted eyes to hunt for the silhouettes of their prey. There are two species of telescope fish, Gigantora indica and Gigantora chuni. Don't be fooled by their genus name, which makes them sound like they're gigantic. That is not the case at all. Indica only gets to about 8 inches long, and chuni a measly 6. They are just little guys. Gigantora actually translates to big tail, specifically. They are about half tail. But if they happen to latch onto a snack that's a bit bigger than their own size, that's no problem at all. They underwent a series of skeletal reductions that allow for more room to just fold it in half. That's right. They are expert folders. In 1925, scientists found a 5.5-inch long viper fish inside the stomach of a 3-inch long telescope fish. They described it as neatly folded, an incredible quality possessed by the lovely telescope fish.
Yeah, I'm sure if we gave it Blistex and a hairline restoration surgery, he'd be cute, but that's just me. That being said, there's a lot of pretty
turkey. Crazy. That is crazy.
That can we just take a moment to behold this creature that God created?
I feel like God did this on like Saturday morning. Like it was like towards the end, he was
Right
just
before
like,
the rest.
I'm just gonna sprinkle in a couple.
That thing looks cursed.
Oh my god.
It looks like an apparition you see. Like when your house is haunted, that's what's in the corner of your room.
It looked like one of those like demons on like a movie or something. It's like, all right, like what you want for $1 million? Like give me something for $1 million. Make a deal with me. Come on. That's what
I feel like that would be the voice for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Crackhead fish.
I don't want to haunt you guys anymore.
dope things just chilling in the deep. Take the barrel-eyed fish, the fish with a transparent head that means it can spot ops or prey directly above it, thanks to those two green gummy-looking orbs that are actually its eyes. Or the ultra-rare giant phantom jellyfish, equipped with 30-foot arms that makes this ET understudy
it looks like
the length
Kanye
of a whale
designed
shark. And when I say rare, I mean this jelly's only been seen like 100 times in the history of mankind, so the fact that you're watching this right now is kind of wild. Then you have the deep-sea Dumbo octopus that copes with stress by turning itself into a ball to discourage predators from eating it. And if this right here looks familiar, yeah, right to his thighs. The vampire squid does the inverse, as they'll turn themselves inside out and into their own personal panic room whenever they're pressed by a possible predator. And how about a sea pig for you? Take everything I said about sea cucumbers and forget it for a second, because honestly, they're just really cute in a way I can't fully explain. But it's not hard to see what makes this squid instant serotonin. Rosia pacifica, or the stubby squid, is actually more like a cuttlefish. It's also a cuddly fish, and it's nature's apology letter for the sheer trauma it saturated the ocean with. It's actually real, and those arts and crafts looking eyes help it catch prey on a nocturnal schedule. It's also important as an environmental indicator, since scientists will often study their responses to changes in water pH and use that to determine how polluted the water is around them, which you would think would earn this anime octopus the respect of the scientific community. Well, you'd be wrong. There's a video where some scientists found one, and let me just say, not even Hiroshima got roasted that hard. But that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you go ahead and drink water, hug your moms, go subscribe to Lindsay's channel, link will be in the description.
That is part of the deep sea. That's just what we know to be existing down there.
That was
guys.
Stressful. I don't know why I'm stressed.
You should be. Those were monsters. That's what I'm saying. People are like, "Oh, monsters aren't real demons." They're in the water.
Yeah.
There's a reason why our bodies cannot, like, without like advanced scientific innovations. That's the reason why we can't go down there. We're not supposed to be down there, guys.
Yeah. That's a negative for me.
Ooh. Some weird looking stuff down there. Thankfully, a lot of it's small though.
Yeah. Like, and it's like if they try to go to the top, a lot of times they like die because of the the pressure. Yeah. So we just need to look. They got it. They got the down low. We'll keep up here chilling.
What did Paul McCartney say? Let it be.
Let it be.
Let it be. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Let it. That's crazy.
So yeah, that was our topic of the day. The deep sea. Oh, we have something else though.
Yeah.
There's another one.
Right.
If you want, if you guys are still with us.
What?
We could talk about another dangerous body of water. Which is the dating pool.
Oh, that was a good one.
Thank you. That's shark infested for sure. Some of the dudes look like.
Oh yeah, they do.
What up, baby?
Hey, boy, what you doing?
Trying to talk to you.
Yeah. Oh man.
Ooh,
Well,
let's talk about dating.
Let's talk about dating. So
dating.
let me see. We've been married for a couple years now. We dated 3 years before we got engaged.
2020.
Yeah.
What a fun time.
Right. In the height of the vid. At the panini, man.
Right in the middle.
Yeah. So that worked out for us. That was my first time like actually being in a relationship with somebody from online. Everybody else in the past I've like actually dated has been in like real life. What about you?
Oh yeah, we met on Hinge. We mentioned that.
Hinge.
We met on Hinge.
Yeah.
Yeah. All other dates I was on was from just how you naturally meet someone. I always thought I was gonna meet my husband like at the grocery store. We're both reaching for the same apple. Yeah. Time slows down.
On some Target stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then it's just like you lock eyes or you drop something. You know, like how the movies, you go to pick it up and it's just like, oh hi.
Right.
No, the pandemic made sure that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, thankfully, you were not a crazy stranger on the internet. Very grateful.
Yep. I was real.
You're real.
Yep. I did not.
You said was true.
Yeah.
Your name is your name.
Yes.
Your backstory.
No, let's talk about that for a second, real quick. Name is the name.
Listen.
So listen, when we first met on Hinge, right? It said,
you can say mine.
It said, no, I'm trying to figure out how to say this.
Okay.
I saw her picture. I said, cool. I looked down. I said, okay, well, let me hit her up. What's her name? That mug said, Janae. I said, bet. Cool. That's a cute name. Hit her up. Say, what's up, Janae? Let's talk. I think we talked for like a week, maybe a week and a half, maybe 2, until you're finally like, by the way, my name's not Janae, it's Asia. I said, what? What else you lying about?
I walked right into that one. Is it time for my side?
Crazy.
Is it time for my side?
There is no side. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. As a young woman on the internet, it is important that you place certain safeguards between yourself and random strangers. One of those being your middle name instead of your first. So I use my name is Asia Janae.
Put your picture out there.
Well, yeah, that's just straight up catfishing. If you just if you just like showing a different person, that's crazy. But like, I was harder to search if you like, because all my socials and stuff were under my first name. So if like someone wanted to try to stalk me, it made it a little bit harder, a tiny bit. Now we got AI, facial recognition. It's a wrap.
I got a question for you.
But listen. I just used my middle name. It's not like it wasn't my name. It was just my middle name. And a lot of people go by their middle name. Drake.
How many Janae Johnsons do you think were in that area?
Well, I didn't give my area either.
Oh, it wasn't like a...
No, I mean, like, it was a proximity thing.
Proximity,
but like, I could, but like, you didn't know.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
He tried to... It wasn't...
I was lied to.
Deceptive. It was strategic.
I was lied to.
It was strategic. And I told you
it's all good.
I told you within a week.
Yeah.
Now we had gotten married, or you look at the marriage certificate and you're like,
who is Asia? Who is this? Yeah, that'd be different.
That's crazy. You know some people that's happened to some people?
Yeah, that's crazy.
They're like, I forgot to tell you.
I hear some horror stories with like dating or with like marriage, and they're just like, yeah, I blah 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 blah. I'm just like, that's crazy. Like, we talked about everything before we got married.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even engaged, we talked about everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I can never imagine, and I'm just glad that I'm no longer in the dating pool because that book is crazy. I mean, I feel bad for people these days that are like still dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he getting studious with it.
I put on my blue light glasses.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got any dating?
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about
the dating pool?
Yeah. No.
Oh, it's awful. There's a turd in it.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I'm sorry to anyone out there, male and female. It's just like
it just from everybody that I know now, and even for those I don't know that I see whether on TV or online or whatever, it just seems like, especially like if you're like in your 30s, it seems like everybody either got a baby, like a BM or a BD, Or
for those who are not melanated, that is a baby mama
or a baby daddy.
Baby daddy.
Yeah. Or thank you. Or they have like a crazy amount of baggage from past like hurt and all this stuff, resentment, whatever it may be. They haven't worked through it.
No therapy
inside. Yeah, none of that.
Yeah.
And they bring it all into like a lot of assumptions into stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I still have single friends, and you know, I'm there for them. Prayerful. Try to be. Just, you know, hang in there. There is still hope. It's not like a hopeless thing. It's just you have to be a lot more choosy nowadays.
Yeah.
You have to be
choosy, but you gotta also have your mind open too.
True.
It's like choosy with certain things. And let me clarify.
Okay.
So choosy with certain things because listen, like if you have like a list of like 5 things that are actually important, right? Like, you know, the person's like faith, you know, do they have a job? Like, do they this, do they that? Like, you know, stuff like that, then cool. Not like, oh, it has to be 6'5" or taller, you know what I mean? So it's like be choosy with like the things that are actually important, right?
Yes.
But at the same time, like be open if I don't know, someone like I don't even like someone doesn't immediately talk about the thing that you talk about or doesn't believe exactly what you believe when it comes to like non-important things. Like I don't know if they say you don't like the Joe Rogan podcast, but they do. And some people I've heard some people be like, "Oh man, I can't believe you listen to that." Or you know, just stuff like that. It's like, okay.
People are very quick to write someone off
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, that's a good distinguishing distinction to make.
Distinction, yeah.
It's a good distinction to make.
Yeah.
To not let the shallow stuff be the reason you don't talk to somebody anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's better, even though we're like a very microwave culture. I think now more than ever, there's the importance of taking your time while dating. Is so important. Like I know we're used to instant, hurry up, but things aren't how they used to be anymore. I mean, we have stories from like I think was it our those who did the premarital counseling with us, Ben and Becky. They met and got married within a few months, right? Of knowing each other. Was it something like that? Was that their story?
I don't know. I don't want to speak on them because I just don't know. But we have had friends that have done that.
There's stories, where you know, and that was way more common years ago. I feel like now that's very few and far between, but people are still thinking of the times of the past where like it's happened before, you know. I don't have to like know everything about him, but you should. You really should.
Yeah.
Because at least for me, marriage is something I wanted to do once.
Yeah, same. I mean, it's kind of a toss up. I would say like in general, it's better like to date a little bit longer before you get married. But then like I've had people like friends in my life that have gotten married after only a few months or 6 months or a year, and it's worked out great. But I feel like that's the exception. I feel like most of the time it's not like that. And actually, I don't know. I mean, do you feel like a lot of people were trying to get married? Like, I feel like a lot of Christians that I know try to get married for, you know, multiple reasons. Like they either just are trying to get married, they're ready. Some people trying to have sex, like whatever it may be. So, you know, marriage is something that they want to do that first or whatever. So, but I feel like besides that kind of population, a lot of people are not trying to get married.
I don't see a big rush, no.
Nah.
No. I've seen a lot more instances of people having kids before they're getting married.
Oh yeah.
They'll like make that level of commitment. And like they'll live together to do all the other things that, you know, generations before they used to say marriage first, blah 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 blah. Like that seems to be like the last thing on the table. Unless I think it's more so become like less of a moral or like spiritual thing and more of just like
a financial thing, economic,
but also it's just like it can be very much so a girl thing that like the woman in the relationship wants to get married because she's always like dreamed of, you know what I mean? But they'll still be doing all of the like lifetime commitment behavior, like having a kid, living together, buying a house together.
Yeah.
And it's just the marriage is like that additional step. I guess it's like more of a symbolic thing than for it to have like some type of, like compared to the Christian mentality of marriage, it being like a very holy union that's taking place.
Do you think, I got one for you, speaking of that, do you think that women should propose to men?
Should or could?
Like, should. Like, if a woman wanted to, do you think that, and like her man didn't propose yet?
Absolutely not. No.
No? Well, okay, why?
That seems to me like it's kind of going back to like the rushing kind of thing. Like, because it's like, it seems like the act of, this is my assumption, but I can't think of many other reasons why you would do it as opposed from you just being tired of waiting. And so you're just going to do it because you're tired of him waiting for him to pull the trigger or whatever. Especially if you've talked about it again and again and again. And then you're just like, you know what? I'll just do it since we're going to get like that seems like a rushed and hasty decision that will not end well.
Okay. I've asked because I've seen videos. I mean, you've seen videos of like women will like propose to their man in like the middle of a mall in front of everybody, and the dude's sitting there like, what?
What's your opinion? Like, do you feel like it's emasculating?
I think it's emasculating. I think that I have my theories, and I call them like lizard brain, right? Lizard brain, for those that don't know, is like what I call like, lizards are like been around for a very long time, right? Like dinosaurs type stuff. So
your primal
thought is basically what I call lizard brain. So like lizard brain, dudes have always been territorial since like the beginning, right? You have the hunters and the gatherers, and you had like the men are typically the hunters, the women were typically the gatherers, like manage the area and stuff like that. So anyway, I feel like dudes are meant to be like more territorial, like they like choose what they want and things like that, as far as what is naturally just in most dudes. Not every guy. This is a generalization, of course, but I feel like most guys, the truth is most guys, whether it's dating or marriage or whatever it may be, if they don't go after you, then they probably don't like you. That's just how it is. And I've seen that where like some girls would be like, oh, like, he hasn't talked to me yet, or he hasn't he hasn't asked me out yet, or whatever it may be. And yeah, there's examples where like, like maybe you haven't had the chance yet to be in that type of position, or they're super young, immature. But honestly, most of the time it's just that the guy's probably not into you like that. So that's why I kind of say that. No, I think that's like, if the guy hasn't proposed to the woman in the relationship, he's probably not ready yet, and he may never be. But at least at that point, that's why I say the woman shouldn't propose. Yeah, especially because it's like, I don't know. I think that my thought is that women will be more, a lot of times emotionally attached, especially if sex is involved in the relationship, than the dude is. So they may be ready first to get married a lot of times, and the guy's ready. Whereas the guy, like, there's a lot of stuff going on in the guy's head, and marriage typically, like you said women are typically trying to get married. Like the guy, most guys, and that's not the first time in their head. Like, they're not thinking about marriage since they're a little kid and stuff like that. So I think that's another reason why it's like, okay, this is something that obviously one person really, really wants right now. You kind of know that, you kind of assume that, and the other person, you don't know. So if that's the case, and this is such a big decision that two people have to make, then let the other person that you don't know what they think,
who's more unsure,
exactly. Yep.
Yeah, that's probably a better call. But like you said, sometimes it works out. It's like, hey,
yeah, I don't know anybody that has been that, like, in a couple where the female has proposed yet. So I'm sure though, over time, it's gonna become more and more popular, more common, for sure. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, man. Oh, look at that light straight on my face.
That's crazy. That's perfect.
Oh.
Let me
Oh.
let me close this.
Oh. That sun was like just me, by the way. These blinds are fully open. Just me. Golly. Thank you.
There we go. Yeah.
Ow.
I don't know. I feel like, or why do you think dating has changed nowadays versus, say, 20 years ago? And how has it changed?
I think a very big impact was made by social media.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about social media fully. I feel like it's done a little bit more harm than good.
I agree.
But it's definitely given people a false sense of a lot of things. One, a false sense of like lifestyles and beauty standards as well. So like, there's a lot more pages and people telling you, hey, like, there's someone better out there. Like, there's someone like better looking, more money. Always. And you're constantly reminded every time you pick up your phone.
Yeah.
And if you are thinking to yourself, the person sitting next to you, being your partner, whoever you're dating, whoever you might be interested in, does not meet the level
a standard
of the girl on the phone, you're not going to fully invest in the person next to you. You're going to have one foot in, one foot out at all times. Yeah. And I think that's so prevalent. And not to mention like pornography and all these other things that are just like planting seeds of like, but what, ¿por qué no los dos? Like, why not? Why not more? Right. Why not more? That's a big problem. Yeah. That's a big problem. Because you're seeing like the best of the people. It's kind of like having a work husband. Or like
work wife.
That's another thing too.
Yo, people be getting into some things, bro.
You see someone at work and you're seeing like so many good sides of them, and like you're seeing them being accomplished, being a leader, being successful, a hard worker, and you go home and your partner's on 2K, and you're just like, and he didn't put up the dishes, and like, sick of him.
There was a Drewski video where he did that. And he was like,
he had a whole family.
he had like a girl at work. He was all hugging on and stuff like that. And then comes home and like hates his girl. I was like, oh my gosh, it's terrible, bro. It's true though. People really be out there like that.
Yeah, man. What do you think? What do you think's changed?
I think that men don't yearn anymore.
Don't.
It was a joke. But it's true. Like, I mean, just people in general. I think men or women like don't really like. I think people are just, whether it's because of economy or because of past hurt, social media. Like, there's just so many ways to get hurt now that I think a lot more people have more baggage.
Yeah.
Because it's just so much easier to get hurt, but also like I think that that just makes them more untrustworthy. And so people aren't as vulnerable as I think they used to be. You kind of hear in the music back in the day, like dudes and females would be like in like the 90s or something like that. And they'd be like, oh, I love this dude. I love this girl. And very just vulnerable. Be like, I'll do anything for you. Like, remember the videos in the 2000s where Chris Brown or Marion, they'd be like dancing behind a girl in the rain down the street. Yeah, just begging, just please,
baby, please.
They don't happen no more. Yeah, so
because there's another girl in their DMs.
There's another girl in the DMs. I think that has a lot to do with it for sure. I think also like, I know we talked about this. It's like a little bit deeper, but I think it's true. I think that a long time ago, like women weren't as like didn't have the same privileges as men in like the workforce and everything else. And so I think a lot of women had to like settle and basically be with a dude that picked her or whatever.
Right.
And they couldn't, it was just a lot harder to take care of yourself. But the last, 20, 30 years or whatever, that gap has shortened a lot more. Mm-hmm. So now you have a ton of women that are just doing amazing. Like I think there's more women actually in school than guys, and there's just a lot of things going on. So I think because of that, I think women have had more of a choice now as far as like, oh, like I don't got to get with the dude down the street. Yeah. I can go find me a CEO, or I can go find me any type of guy. I could now I could be the player, mm-hmm. basically, and stuff like that. So I think that has contributed a lot too. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just I just feel bad for people that are dating now, In a way, like when you're a little bit older, just because it's so much harder. And on top of that, people are less social now too. Like people don't do as many. People don't talk to their neighbors as much. People don't like probably get hooked up by friends with other friends as much. Like, you know, to be able to speak about someone's character and say, oh yeah, like this person's dope. Go talk to them. You should go out with them. Like that's really cool. Like they used to have like blind dating shows and stuff like that. Now it's just like, who'd you hook up with on Tinder or on Hinge or these other things? Yeah.
It's rough out there.
It's rough out there.
Wish all the best. Just take your time.
Yeah.
Don't make any hasty decisions. Talk about there's another piece of advice. On our first date, we talked about all the hot topics. We talked about religion,
politics,
abortion, politics, anything you can name, and we had serious, real conversations about it from the jump.
Now, given we had already been like talking,
we were talking on.
But that was the first time that we ever talked about like those things, and that was in person that we had those conversations.
Yeah, it's important to have those conversations.
Yeah.
Like, especially now, like, talk to the person you're dating about, their views, like maybe politically or race relations, or don't assume.
Especially you got some melanin and you gotta.
Not all skin folk are kinfolk.
It's true.
Understand that.
Right, but even if like you're not a brown person, or whatever, even if you are white, like it's important to talk about because, hopefully you got some people in your life that have some color and they may be affected by various things, and so it's important to know how that person that you're potentially trying to spend the rest of your life with feels, because if something happens to your friend, you know what I'm saying, and something like, whether they're deported, unfortunately, or something else happens that's race related, you want to know that your partner is there, like that they are supportive of you and your friend. You know what I mean? Versus all of a sudden you find out that person's like, oh yeah, good for them. Like
shouldn't have been here in the first place.
Right. And you're looking at them like, this is the wrong person. I made them 5 years down the line. Right. So important conversations to have. That's another thing. What do you think are, I know you hate to be put in a spot. What are some red flags that you think that people should avoid?
Ooh. This might sound petty, and this is definitely my trauma speaking, but someone who's too active on social media, the flag is bright red for me. Like, I'm talking about like a constant poster, someone who takes a lot of selfies also, where just like their page is just all about them.
Okay.
I remember when I was dating, I was like immediately turned off. I know we were talking about like shallow turnoffs, but like something about that just put in my meter. It just went up.
Okay.
Like if I went to a page and the guy was just like posing in front of cars, he was all like, it just seemed self-absorbed. I was like, I'm not. I don't think I'm interested in that.
Okay.
So that's probably a shallow red flag. Other red flags to look out for. I
got one.
Okay, yeah.
A girl that has a lot of guy friends or that responds to a lot of comments on their social media of guys.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think that
you talk about people being social. She can't be social. She can't be social.
And the same thing goes with the guy that has a lot of girlfriends. Like, I think that, at the end of the day, I think that people have people feel some type of sexual feeling towards the opposite sex a lot of times. And especially if they good looking, then it's like, you never know, man. Like if the guy has a lot of girls that are friends and stuff like that, then he may be interested in one of them, or vice. Even if he's not, they may be interested in him, and it's like a whole battle and stuff like that. It's just messy. So at the end of the day, like having someone of the opposite sex isn't a bad thing as like a friend, but I think it's it definitely, you should like perk up a little bit and be like, okay,
pay attention.
Let me just pay attention. Let me just see like what's going on. Mm-hmm. It's not the end all be all or anything like that. But it's definitely something to be aware of, because that's where stuff can, issues can definitely come up with that. No.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of another one. Like just off bat. You're thinking of like knee jerk, kind of like you saw this thing and it's just like Not something they said or done, but it's more so.
It could be that too.
Okay.
It could be that too.
Okay. I think a certain red flag would be someone who is not like more of more so like a people pleaser, but also they are like afraid to share how they really feel for fear of someone else's opinion. Like those people who like really never have a stance on anything.
The people on the fence.
Yeah, where it's like, you actually have a feeling about it. You have to feel something about it. But those who are just like kind of like have like a politician answer for everything, and it's never true, direct. Like you can't get a grasp of where they're coming from or where their values are. Yeah. That also to me is like, it feels like insincere, but also like secretive and kind of like something about that it piques my
And we're not talking about like you met them at a party and they're just talking like that. We're talking about like you are talking. It's just y'all two talking. Because at a party, you be politicking. It is what it is. But when it's just y'all two and they still don't give you a straight answer to certain things that are important to you, then that's
Now the person doesn't have to agree with you on everything.
Right.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, they don't have to agree with
those
everything.
Who just don't have any kind of, because sometimes it's just like I said, it's a people pleasing thing. Sometimes it's also just like they want to just tell you whatever you want to hear,
right?
Which is also a red flag.
That's a red flag.
But yeah, so also someone who's just a people pleaser who like chameleons their way through life and will kind of change depending on the situation. That is something you should not tether yourself to.
Also, that's a good one. I think also another one is someone that doesn't ever introduce you to their friends or their family or bring you by their house or anything like that.
Okay. They have a second family.
Probably have a second family. But it's like they're trying to, like they don't want you to get close to whatever is important to them. Or they may not have anybody that is important to them, which is also potentially a red flag. Now if unfortunately, what I'm saying, RIP, people pass away in their family and they don't have nobody, then that's like one thing. But if there's people in their family, they got pictures and everything, but they just don't introduce you to them, it's like, why not? Why wouldn't you, Especially, I'm not talking like the first week you meet somebody. You ain't meet my mama. But it's like after a couple months, a few months or something like that. You know what I'm saying? If they don't ever do that and they only meet you at your spot or only meet you out.
Yeah.
I don't know. It probably means something.
Yep.
Yeah, especially from a guy perspective.
I was gonna say, I feel like especially
from a guy perspective, he's
dodgy and stuff like that.
Yeah. He's probably talking to multiple women. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. So. Yep.
No.
Yep. Things to keep in mind. Yeah.
While dating.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's it for me. Yeah. What about you?
That's all I can think of right now. I don't want to come off at all, and I don't want to speak for you either. But I am in no way, shape, or form dating expert, relationship expert.
Gang.
Just giving my personal anecdotal experience and hoping that it can shed some light on your situation or help you while navigating these ghetto streets.
Right.
Yes, but consult your doctor before ever. I am not a licensed physician.
Right. Well, before I say anything, I was gonna say like also something to keep in mind is that like you dated before me, right? Yeah. But you didn't have like a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Ever, right?
Like I saw, yeah.
And so we started dating at like what 26, I think. And so that's just like goes to show you like yeah, 26. like you can, if you're in your 20s, even in your 30s, and no one has, well, if you're in your 30s, I got something to say. But if you in your 20s and you haven't, been with anybody yet, like in a relationship or anything, like it's not the end of the world. Like just give it some time, lock in, get your ish together. You know what I'm saying? Work out, do whatever. Like get your job together, get your money right, do whatever. Get your faith right. Mental health. Go to therapy. And then some dude named Zach might hit you up and be like, "What's up today?" You know what I'm saying? Now, advice for y'all in your 30s. Listen, that's a little bit different because now you start to get, you start to get up there a little bit. What I gotta say about this is that there's still plenty of time, right? But I will say if you're in your 30s and you haven't had a significant other in your life yet, then like you may want to just check in with someone that cares about you and see like, hey, there's something that I'm doing wrong that it may be putting off to somebody that is no, I'm trying to get with or whatever. Because or you got to take a leap of faith sometimes. Yeah, just because like if you want to be with somebody but you still haven't yet in like your mid-30s, then I would say like that's probably time like to kind of look in the mirror and say, okay, like what do I really want and what do I need to do in order to like get that? You know what I mean? Like what are some conversations I need to have? Because hopefully someone that loves you will say, okay, everything is good. You just gotta change your clothes up a little bit, get a little fresh, get you a little chain, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Throw in some makeup, you feel me? Like whatever it may be. So, or you gotta put yourself out there. Sometimes people don't. I will say that, especially for Christians. I love y'all. Y'all my people.
Y'all be going from the house.
But don't be just saying I'm gonna date Jesus for 20 years. All right. First of all, I hate that term. I'm gonna date Jesus.
We gotta cut that out.
Gotta stop it.
We gotta.
You're not dating Jesus.
Why is he in it?
He's single. He was single. All right. Second of all, it's just like,
is that sacrilegious? We don't. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably sacrilegious to say that. Yeah, people used to say that. That's a Christianism. I'm just dating Jesus. Listen, it's okay to be selective. It's okay to, and you should just get someone that is like of your same faith and creed and all that type of stuff. But you gotta like a lot of the Christians that I know that are still single that have been dating Jesus is they're either too judgy or they don't put themselves out there a lot of times. So it doesn't mean go out there and talk to everybody. It just means that, you know what I'm saying, you don't look at every man or woman and be like if they got Jesus, they got a job and they not living with their mamas at their parents' house, it's probably a green flag. Like at least talk to them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But if I don't know. If they like the Chargers and you don't like the Chargers, but they got everything else, like that's not a red flag. Like chill.
I know they might not be able to meet the parents. So depending on how deep that blood runs. Yeah. That's something I was gonna say too. When you get up like higher in age, like into your 30s, there might be some maybe shallow things on that list you need to just kick off of there. Like like being 6'5" and making six figures and owning your own house in California and all this other stuff. Yeah. People are like, come on.
Yeah. Especially if you aren't doing those things.
Say it again.
If you aren't doing those things, listen.
There's people in the back that didn't hear
you. If you gonna listen,
they didn't hear you.
If you ain't got a 6-pack,
oh my God.
Stop saying that the person that you trying to be with gotta have a 6-pack. If you don't got a 6-figure job, stop saying the person that you gotta be with gotta have a 6-figure job. Like, stop.
Oh my gosh, yes, please.
Please.
Because what are you bringing to the table?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe
you're talking to women right now. What are you bringing to the table? Because they'd be the loudest ones. And it's like, you don't have to say it. I'll say it for you. Ladies, please. That man that you're describing, that is like 1 in a million, that means he has the pick of the litter. You gotta, this man, he basically has a golden aura around him. I don't know if he exists at all, especially being single, not married, with children is crazy. You want all those things, but you not even close to that is wild.
Yeah.
I don't mean to burst anyone's bubble, but I gotta keep it real.
You got passionate about that one.
I gotta keep it a hundo. Because I be like, because, you know, the podcasts and like people, you know, the viral clips where people are like, if he's not, and I just be looking like.
That's why you single still. Notice a lot of gurus that be saying that they be single. They be single with a lot of failed relationships. So again,
doesn't make sense.
We not gurus, but I think we've been successful so far. And yeah, man. And for the dudes, listen, there's always gonna be a better looking girl. There's always gonna be somebody that is more appealing than the last one, you know what I'm saying? But it's really when you take the time to actually like lock into the other things aside from beauty that the girl that you're interested in has, then you're gonna be like, okay, cool, like let me lock in on those things. You know what I'm saying? If she cares about a lot of those other things that you actually care about and she's down for you, then it's like that's you need to lock in on that. But there'll be so many dudes that be like, oh, she gotta have a snatch waist and she gotta have this and she gotta have that.
Thumper.
Yeah, or you know what I'm saying, all these things, bro. Yeah. It's like, bro, it's not even worth it, dog.
I think again that is really also very hard to find. Like drop dead gorgeous, good personality, moral standards, like all that stuff. Where it's like because a lot of those women they're getting a lot of attention, and again these things that these people like they build in their mind. Yeah. I've never met any of them.
Honestly, just get off social media and get off the internet for a little bit. If I can say anything, just get off the internet for a little bit, touch grass, meet some people in real life, go out, get off for like a month, and just see how you feel about people around you, about life, about yourself, all those things, and you'll probably feel a lot better because there's too much negativity out there.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Good luck.
Next thing we got, the last thing is I put you on.
Oh, I put you on.
Right.
You want to start this one?
All right, I'll start this one.
All right. I'll look for mine while you're doing that.
All right. Let's see.
Also, can I show you guys how cute this is? My husband got this made for us.
Oh.
Look how cute that is. Isn't that cute? Oh.
That's us. That's us.
That's so for adorbs.
Yep.
That's adorbs.
All right. So this person's name is Down to Earth.
Okay.
It's an artist. I heard them a while back because they were featured on another artist I listened to.
For shizzle.
And I started getting into the music. And I kind of like it.
And it's just spelled like normal, like Down to Earth.
Oh, it's spelled DWNTEARTH.
Down to Earth. Oh, okay.
Down to Earth.
Down to Earth. Okay.
Yeah, Down to Earth.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Is your phone turned up?
Yeah. I'm just gonna make sure I got the. Oh. What's this one?
This is your second week in a row to do this. I want you to know that.
It's just like chill music.
Go ahead, send that.
That was cool, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's some little chill music at night. You hear him. You hear him.
My artist goes by the name of Dylan Sinclair. Let's see. This is the Spotify.
Let me see. Okay.
Dylan Sinclair.
Nice hair.
Yeah, some dope braids. So, let's see. I like the song "What I Gotta Do." I mean, I've listened to
What I Gotta Do.
a few of the songs. I like.
What I Gotta Do.
It's like high energy. This song's like higher energy, but he also has like some mellow, real chill, great voice, awesome vibes. Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
Yeah,
that was a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Get your hips moving.
Hips was rotating.
Mm-hmm. Guess what? Hands don't lie.
Okay. And that's what we got.
That's on period.
And that was another episode for y'all. We love y'all. Peace. Hit us up.
Fingers.
Look at the other. This is our fourth episode. Check out the first 3. You know what I'm saying? Check it out. Okay.
Wait.
Twists and fingers.
Oh my god. I gotta make it opposite. There we go. You gotta make a Z.
I gotta make an A.
Okay.
A to Z. Hey. That's time. All right, y'all. Peace.
Bye. Drink some water.